Hey guys, I'm here because I'm gonna put on another clay mask. I don't know if anybody cares about this stuff, but look, so I'm in front of my TV, and so I listen to music usually when I'm just doing like, you know, beauty stuff, you know, like girls do, and I hope you guys can hear me because I'm playing music in the background. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but look. This happens to be my favorite game. And the best part of the game. The DLC. That's when things they get real. So today I'm got this in the last FabFitFun box thing that I did. So it was a summer box. Generation Clay. So I'm just gonna be, do you see this? Like seriously. Do you like my little cat ear thing to hold my hair up? Looks ridiculous. I look ridiculous. I look terrible. I don't know. I'm going for my infusion tomorrow. So it's been, I do every 6 weeks now instead of 4. And the past like week, because usually I've been noticing like I feel fine, like going longer without the infusion. But this past week, probably because of a little bit of stress, just but Goomba and stuff. He's in his little crate. He's doing very well. His eye is healing, and he's gonna get his stitches out in a week. So I'm just gonna be putting this stuff on. This is gonna be kind of just kind of a MS related chit chat thing. I know it's been a hot minute since I've uploaded anything, and I'm sorry. I got a new subscriber though. It's very exciting. So hi to you. And I'm gonna be going back to makeup very, very soon. Just had to get over the hump of like taking care of Goomba and all that, and just a little bit stressed, but it's fine. Oh yes. Brightening purple. Ow! Just shot my finger in the thing. To use, apply an even layer to clean dry skin. Wait 10 minutes until water rinse off. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna be applying this. Ooh. Alright, I'm not good at applying masks because I hate them. Oh, that smells really good. Oh, it's burning. Ow, fly. My skin has been awful. As it stopped, as you can tell. I'm gonna go up here. I hate applying masks. I hate it with a passion. I don't know where you're supposed to go. Oh, it's burning. I never take my time. I don't care to. I don't know how thin or thick this is supposed to be. I don't know. Go away. There's flies everywhere. It's really annoying. So just a chit chat thing while I do this. So I brought, oh, that burns. Whew. To get his checkup to see if his eye is healing and everything's okay. And I apparently owed more money for his surgery, but I've since looked at my other bill and that's seemingly not true now. Hello. Oh, a text message. Hold on, Daniel. I'm getting there. So I paid her, it was $35, and I gave her $50. So she was attempting to give me back my change. This is MS related, so if you're not interested, you know, I'm just blabbing now. And she was going, to give me back my change. And because of my hand issues, especially my left hand, as you can see, like it's just always doing that. Like I'm not doing that. It's like shaky and creaky. It just hurts. And like I can try to like keep it like this and then like watch what happens. It's so interesting. The muscles, like I can feel right now, they're pulling. Oh, they're pulling because they don't want to stay straight. It's a weird pain, and it's bizarre. And that's why, see, like they're already doing this. I look like I have like a it's shaking, so it's just like that 24 hours a day. It just never stops. And I've tried muscle relaxers, relaxants, I don't know how you say that, whatever. Nothing helps. And if anything, it just ends up making me sleep. But whatever. So I was going to she was handing me the $15, and I went to grab it like this, you know, and I couldn't grab it. And I've had MS for a very long time, but this is like the first time I ever experienced, there was like a moment of panic, because I have a lot of problems with it, and like just everyday tasks. Like I just took a shower, you drop everything, you can't hold on to everything, whatever. So, but it is what it is. But never, like when I've been out and about, have I ever had such a panicked moment. And maybe people with MS, hopefully that are watching this, can relate. Like I haven't had that happen to that extent yet. And I went to like grab it like this, and she's just like, you know, handing me the money, and I couldn't make my fingers grab it, you know what I mean? Like just take the money. My brain, there was a lost signal along the way there, and it was so weird. And she smiled, because like I smiled because I was obviously like struggling. I was like, okay, like that, and it obviously hurt too. And she laughed, and she's like, you got it? And I'm like, yes, I have it, sorry. And so I was like this, trying to clutch the money. And I'm sure people with MS that have hand problems can understand that. And within the MS community, I think a lot of people would take that a negative route online and be like, oh, she just like looked at me, it was so embarrassing, nobody understands the struggle, and people look at us funny. And I have to say, because even though it was like a struggle, and it was very odd, because like, yes, people saw me do that, and like I saw like their faces, that's not a reflection on me. Like it's just, first of all, like, yeah, I would look at it too, you know. I was clearly like, ugh, and I couldn't grab the money, and I almost dropped it, because like, especially these fingers, I have like a hard time like controlling. Like grasping a pencil is now like a struggle. And it's odd, because before I had this issue especially, like I'd read articles trying to be like as educated as I can about what I'm in for, and to be like, yeah, you'll have to maybe relearn, like you have to like rethink how you used to do things. And when I was younger and didn't have visible signs of disability yet, when I was young and naive about MS, I think, and I thought, I'll be fine, I can like cure it myself, and I'll be positive. My heart was in the right place, but all the people that have had it longer, they were right. They were like, well, just you wait. I was like, nah, way to be negative. Maybe if you were more positive, you wouldn't feel like that. I was wrong. It's, I'm now at that phase of thinking now. And I get frustrated when I see all these posts from like young people that are just kind of starting out and have like, you know, they have a relapse and then stop, and then they bounce back like I used to. I used to think that that was my disease. You have something wrong, and then it, you know, it's bad for a little while, and then it gets better. Nobody really ever explained this to me, that even while you know, you think you're safe because you bounce back. Damage has already been done though. Like it's there in the background. It hasn't fully like crept up. And so I would always have a relapse, bounce back, have a relapse. And I had a lot of them when I was younger. I seem to have spaced mine out quite a bit. And I think that's in no small part due to Tay Sachs. I know it's only been 2 years, but I haven't had one in 2 years. And before I was having relapses kind of several times a year back in the beginning. And I didn't fully appreciate what MS was. I thought it was just whatever. But I follow Dr. Boster on what's the word? Yeah, this is my brain trying to, like, I know the word that I want to say, but I can't get it out, and I'm sure you MSers understand that too. It's very frustrating. Especially, whoa, the frick is that? Especially being a manager, you're trying to like tell people something, like my words just don't come out anymore. So whatever. But yeah, I still don't have the negativity quite as bad. Like a lot of people would be like, oh, people looked at me and I wish people wouldn't look at me and blah blah blah. Like it was just like a funny moment. Like I'm sure in her head when she was like trying to give me the money and I was obviously struggling, I'm sure she was like, what the hell is this? And that's okay though. Like you can't stop people from thinking that. I would think the same thing, you know? It's just is what it is. It's just, you know, it's a thing that people have to deal with. And whoa, I think I just pulled my pinky toenail off. I'm not even joking. And it didn't even hurt. Hello? Yeah. Yep. That just happened. How did I just do that? So yeah. MSers, I think. Why are there like wet spots? Oh, it's still drying. Sorry. Wow, that's tight. Look. Oh, that's clarific. So it was just funny, you know, because usually, and I guess here's the other part, is that usually it's easy for the symptoms in the course that my disease seems to be taking is a little bit different. My cousin also has MS, where she's in a wheelchair, and so like, you know, you see that, and she's like, oh my god. So people know, but with mine, it's always been the silent things that have always been wrong with me, which makes a very hard case to prove to anybody. And it is hard because people are like, well, you look fine. And while I'll still take that, like, I still think that's a compliment. Like you look good though. Thank you. At least I don't look like shit. I do appreciate that, but it's also very hard to be, I think, taken seriously and heard when just looking at me and be like, well, what's wrong with her? So it's very hard. But that was the first time I actually had a physical thing that somebody could actually see that I even struggled with. It was weird. It was kind of like a first, even though I've always had this issue. But just the angle at which the money was and me trying to like grasp it like this, and it was very strange. I don't know. But so yeah, it's just all part of this journey, you know? It's interesting. That's all I got for you. So I'm gonna wash this off eventually. I'm gonna continue recording. I'm back. So I took the mask off. It's it feels really nice, but There's like, I'm very shiny. It kind of smells weird, like when you take it off. It's like a, I mean, I guess, you know, if it's clay, perhaps that makes sense. My eyelid is swollen. I think it's from like putting on so much makeup and then taking it off like I do. Sometimes I just play with it. Ooh, my hair's drying. Ooh. Ow. Did you ever get that? It just like hurts. And then like if you touch your eyelashes, it hurts. I mean, my skin is really smooth. So, and shiny right there. So I guess that's good. My hair is drying. It smells really good. So yeah. The whole like MS thing, it's just been different. Like probably about like the past 2 years. You know, I can see what it's doing. I didn't appreciate it before, I guess is what I'm sad about. Although, I guess it was good that I wasn't miserable the first 10 years. Or, so let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I've been diagnosed for 13 years. 6. No. Wait. Yes, 13 years. Yeah, I was very positive for a long time, which I'm grateful for. It's good to be positive. But I think people can tell that I'm not as positive anymore. But I think, you know, it's just, I guess, when just your whole day just consists of like hoping that you can feel good enough to like get out of bed, you know? And then when you finally do that, like I'm sure a lot of people can relate. So you get out of bed and you don't feel woke. You don't feel like you woke up and you're ready to start your day. I usually feel like I want to go right back to sleep. And I never wake up, you know what I mean? So like my whole day now consists of like counting down the hours before I get to go back to sleep. And that's like messed up. It's tiring. I don't know. It's so I guess that makes sense as to why some people, like you'll notice, have a slightly different attitude. Because I used to be the other attitude. But it's just different. Like, but if there's a positive to having MS, it would be that you learn how to be strong because you kind of don't have any other option, you know? What are you going to do? You can't get away from it. I think sometimes that's the scary part of people is that there's essentially not really anything you can do to feel better. People are like, well, you're on medication. And people don't understand what that medication is for. And I don't think a lot of people in my life, I mean, I think my family does, but, you know, like, even like my ex, I don't think he got it either. Like, he didn't seem to understand that just because I'm on medication doesn't mean I'm better now. It's just you're on medication to hopefully prevent, like, prolong your disability, like before you have significant disability. So you're trying to reduce the number of relapses that you have, which every relapse you have brain damage is what that is. It's just like eating away every single time. So the goal in disease modifying therapy, DMT if you will, is to just delay that eventually, because like we all kind of know where MS leads to in general. So, but I think a lot of people don't actually get that. They're like, oh, you started a new medicine, do you feel better? You're kind of like, no. So, but it's not their fault. Like, people aren't meant to get everything, and if you don't deal with it, why would you expect anybody would understand that? So just tell them. It's okay. You don't have to be mad at them. Yeah, I've just been having, I don't know, things are just changing. It's been like the year of personal revelations, and like what I want and my goals. It's just so weird too, like how fast like a year goes by, how quickly that is. Like it's what month is this? August. It's almost September. Yay! And like in my mind, I'm not there yet. It's only been like a few months. That like summer only lasted like not long. I don't know. It's crazy. I've changed though what I think I'm looking for, because I think having a disease like this kind of puts a damper on your goals, kind of squishes your dreams a little. It doesn't have to, but I think in general it does. So the kid thing, no. I can't even, I was talking to the girls at work, like, just taking care of Goomba this past week, just worrying about him and taking care of him, making sure he's not ripping out his stitches, that he's okay and he's functioning. That alone is so tiresome. I think that's why I haven't felt good the past week. It is tiring. And I was talking to the girls, I'm like, I can't even imagine having a kid now. Like, I can't physically do that remotely. And it's sad, because I think a lot of people in my life don't know this, but back, let's see, around like 2007, I was with my other boyfriend. My plan included marriage and kids. Yeah, there was like no question. Like, of course I'll have kids. And I even had names picked out for them: Madison and Dakota, if they were girls. And I wanted 3 kids, because that's what I'm used to, like me and my 2 brothers. So I think 3 is a perfect number. And that was just like a given, you know? And it's weird. Hello, fly. Stop! You know? But it's, I don't know. But it is what it is. Like, I don't look back. Like, I don't harp on that fact all the time. Like, oh my god, I can't have kids. Because it's just a fact of life. Like, not everybody has kids. And it's just, I know that I have to keep going and try to feel as good as I can for as long as I can. It's kind of seeming a little bit harder to do with each passing year. And, you know, credit card debt. I need money. I'm just extremely grateful that my parents let me live here, and they do a lot for me. So it's really cool. So I hope everybody out there has the same thing, because I'm very blessed. I just don't know what the future holds. It's a little scary, but I try not to think about it, because I'm like, how am I supposed to live without money? But I figure life finds a way, you know? Life will find a way. Live each day. And I don't think God would throw something at us that he didn't think we could handle. I'm very strong-willed, so that much I know I have. But in terms of anything for the future, no idea. No idea how it's going to work out. But I know that my future plans down the road, I will have my Goomba. Hi, buddy. And maybe another kitten one day. I already have the name. I've had my other cat's name picked out for quite a while. I was with the other boyfriend. Well, that didn't work, but I'm taking that name no matter what, because I really like it. And I just hope that my family's business continues to thrive and we do good. Stop. And that's all. I don't have any other plans. It's funny though, plans change. I always pictured myself in like a really nice house in the country as a cat and a dog and kids back then. I wanted them. That's another thing. I think people think I'm very cold-hearted because I don't have kids, and they know my stance on it. It's not that I don't want kids. If I could physically and financially do it, absolutely. There's like no question. But I'm a realist, and unless you want me to be on welfare and homeless with kids and risk my health, well then yeah, I'll have kids. But I'm not going to. I'm kind of just more focused on getting through my own life, you know? And maybe some people think that's selfish, but don't we all kind of have to be? Like, it's the rest of my life I gotta deal with this and whatever comes of it and however I feel. So I'm gonna do everything possible to be good. Because sometimes, I don't know, it scares me. Like, I feel this way now, and I'm only 34. Well, I'll be 35 soon. You know? And then I think about if I live a somewhat normal lifespan. I know people with MS generally, I think it's about a 5-year difference. I think they said 5 or 10, you know, like less than the average lifespan. Usually due to just complications and infections and stuff, it gets harder and harder. So that's why I try really hard not to get infections or the flu or sick. And yeah, it's just, you know, I want a life. So in order to do that, I can't be sick. Gotta be on my game, man. Hope you enjoyed my little rant. This is just, if you have MS, if anybody that watches this has MS, this is a very unflattering angle. I'm gonna be doing makeup again, don't worry. I'm coming. Just not tomorrow because I have to go to Cooperstown tomorrow. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Alright. I'll record more. Eventually. My hair. It's very fuzzy. I have a fuzzy head. Side part. Ooh. Look at my picture. It's pretty, isn't it? I like that one. What else do I got? Whoa. Oh, hey, it's my easel with all my pictures on it. A painting. Oh, yes. I have a very large room. Alright. Take care, guys. Until the next one, I will be back and be doing makeup. I promise you. Gotta do the neon thing. I have all the colors ready. I just haven't had the motivation or my hand coordination, like I say, has been awful. So, gotta muster up the brute strength to hold a makeup brush. I can do it. I have faith. I can do this. Hi, Goomba. Till the next one.